Today we're going to review the Study.com online homeschooling program for high school and see how you can use this program to homeschool your high school student. While this homeschooling program can be used for grades 3 through 12, today we're just going to focus on high school and see how Study.com can help prepare your homeschooler for life after graduation. Before we take a look at the program, I just want to explain the difference between an online homeschooling program and a virtual school. An online homeschooling program like Study.com is really just an online curriculum where the parent is still homeschooling their children, but the children are doing their lessons online. Parents are still in charge of helping their kids pick their courses, creating transcripts, and issuing a diploma. The appeal of online homeschooling programs is that the parent still oversees their child's education, but they don't have to teach the courses. A virtual school or online private school is very different. These are not homeschooling programs, although homeschoolers can certainly use them. Because these online virtual schools are actual schools, not just curriculums, they can be accredited and can issue transcripts and diplomas. Many homeschooling parents worry about this when it comes to high school, especially if their kids are planning to apply to college. But you do not need an expensive virtual school to homeschool through high school. Study.com is not a school. It is an online homeschooling program. So let's see if it's a good homeschool program for high school. First, let's start with what's included in the program. When you sign up for Study.com, you get access to over 4,000 video courses in all sorts of subjects. If you're using it for high school, their high school homeschooling program includes 107 courses. Your child can take as many courses as they want in any order. The courses are divided up by grade, but of course you can tweak that however you like. Since you have access to all the courses, you can add courses from the entire library, not just the ones designed specifically for homeschool. Their core high school homeschool curriculum includes all the courses you would expect a high school student to take, such as biology, world history, language arts, geometry, physics, and all the rest. There are also test prep courses, AP courses, college research courses, and so much more. The cost of the Study.com homeschool program varies depending on your student's needs. The most basic program is $29.99 a month and includes everything you need, especially for the earlier high school grades. The homeschool edition is $59.99 a month and includes everything in the basic program, plus access to AP and CLEP courses, automatic grading of quizzes and tests, and certificates of completion. Finally, the College Saver Plan, which gives kids the ability to earn transferable college credits, is $235 a month. I do have a link for you in the video description that will save you 30% off your first 3 months, no matter which program you pick. So if you decide to try it out, don't forget to use that link. Once you sign up for Study.com, getting set up is really simple. You should start by searching for the courses you want your child to take. I would go here to view all courses, then scroll down and pick homeschool, and then pick core homeschool curriculum, then scroll back up and pick high school. This will narrow things down to the 16 core high school courses and will make things more simple when you're just getting started. You can narrow it down further by picking a grade level. Let's try sophomore. But remember, as the homeschool parent, this is up to you. You can pick courses based on your child's interests and ability levels. Once you see a course you want your child to take, just click on it to go straight to the course. You can have your child take a placement test to see if the course is a good fit. This will also let them test out of material they already know, so they can complete the course sooner. You can scroll down to see all the lessons below and take a look at the syllabus. Scroll down here to see the learning objectives for this course. Once you're ready to assign the course, just click on Start This Course. You can set a due date and turn on SMS reminders if you want. Let's close out of here and add another course. How about 10th grade English? Once you've added the courses you want your child to take, they're all set to begin learning. Remember, you can add as little or as many courses at a time as you want. It's up to you. The flexibility of this program makes it a great fit for high school students who are beginning to do more of their learning independently. Do they prefer to complete one course at a time and then move on to the next? Or do a few at a time, spreading their lessons out over a single day? or on different days of the week. It's nice that they have the choice. The lessons are also relatively short, so they can complete them in one sitting, rather than having to take a break and go back and possibly forget what they were learning about. So now that a few courses have been added, let's take a look at the student dashboard. Here, your child will see their recent activity, courses, and goals for the week. This is also where they can go to ask the experts if they get stuck on a lesson. You can also click any of these options on the left to see more details. Recent activity will show a list of your child's recent activity on study.com. This is a quick way to get back to the lessons they have been working on. My Courses is a list of all the courses your child is currently enrolled in. They can start the next lesson in a course here, see their progress through a course, and unenroll from a course if they choose to. Goals is where they can edit their goals for each course. The Notes section is where all of your child's notes will be saved. I'll show you how they can take notes when we look at one of the courses in detail. Custom Courses is where you can create a custom course and add lessons to it from any lesson page. Instant Answers is where they can go to get answers from the experts on any lessons or problems that they need extra help on. Lastly, down here is your membership info. Now that we've seen the student dashboard, let's take a look at a sample lesson to see what that's like. Let's try high school biology. When your child begins a course on study.com, the first thing they should do is take the placement test to test out of the material that they already know. If they prefer to take the whole course without skipping any material, they can just skip to the first lesson. The lessons will usually start with a video like this one. They can scroll down to see the lesson here. They can also view a transcript of the video here. There will usually be one of these fill-in-the-blank transcripts that's a neat little study tool. We'll watch a bit of the video in a minute, but first I want to show you this area over on the right of the screen. This is where you can view information about the course, including how many chapters and lessons it has. Each chapter will include several lessons with a quiz at the end of each lesson. At the end of each chapter, there will be an exam. Over here is where your child can take notes that will be saved in their student dashboard. Now let's view a few minutes of the video lesson so you can get an idea of what the lessons are like.
If you look outside your window, or even around your house, I'm sure you can find dozens of living things. If you live somewhere more rural, you might have even greater biodiversity, or types of species. All of these living things that make up your world, including you, fall under the category of biology. Biology is the study of life. Biologists study things from very tiny atoms that make up living things, all the way up to interactions of living things in the entire world, called the biosphere. Bio means life, and the suffix ology means study, so you can remember biology as the study of life. Although there are many topics studied in biology, most can be divided into 8 major categories, which we will explore, from the most microscopic topics to the largest. Biochemistry is the study of how atoms and molecules interact to form living things. Biochemists mainly study tiny molecules called proteins, which are responsible for all structure and function in living things. One of the most relevant applications of biochemistry is in medicine. Biochemists study the structure of different proteins to make vaccines, which are products to protect our bodies against diseases, as well as to manufacture drugs that can affect our brains and help to combat illnesses such as Parkinson's disease and schizophrenia. Moving up a size from biochemistry, molecular biologists study genetics, or the DNA and RNA in a cell. These scientists are perhaps the most well known for sequencing the human genome and creating genetically modified plants and animals. Molecular biologists also look for genetic clues to identify the cause of disease. For example, molecular biologists identified a gene that predicts breast cancer, called BRCA1 and BRCA2. If a person has a mutation in these genes, they have a very high probability of developing breast cancer. Women can be screened for this mutation to make proactive decisions about their health, like having a mastectomy or removing their breast tissue to avoid cancer before it starts. Cell biologists study individual cells, a step up from studying the DNA within cells. These scientists study things like cancer cells, neurons in the brain, and bacteria that can cause illness. They focus more on the whole cell as a basic unit of life rather than just the DNA. They look at how cells interact with each other and how they can grow and divide to heal injuries, like when we break a bone, or how they can grow out of control, like in cancer. Some cell biologists, called microbiologists, focus only on studying bacteria. Other cell biologists, called virologists, study how viruses, like Ebola, infect cells.
Now that we've seen the basics of how to use study.com to homeschool high school, there are just a few more things I want to show you. First are the test prep courses. If you go back to View All Courses, you can scroll down to Goals and choose Test Prep. Here are test prep courses for various tests that your child may need to take. They have state exams for K through 12 students here in case that's something your child needs to prepare for. They also have test prep courses for the ACT and SAT, which your high schooler may need to take if they're planning to apply to college. You can add these courses the same way that you would with any other course. If you see one you want your child to take, just like with the other courses, you can just click on the course and then choose Start This Course. You can also have your child take the practice test for these courses as well. Back to Browse All Courses, you can also scroll down to Goals, choose Homeschool, and then choose AP for Homeschool. Here you can see they offer 38 different AP courses. If you scroll through here, you can see they have all the AP courses you would expect, such as English Literature, Chemistry, and Physics. Lastly, I just want to show you how your high school student can even earn college credits on study.com while they're still in high school. If you click on College Credit for Homeschool, you will see they offer 169 different courses. Each of these courses will earn your child real transferable college credits if they pass the proctored exam at the end of the course. The exams are done online from home, so they're very convenient. Just be sure to double check first that the college your child is planning to attend will accept these credits. If you go to the home page, click on Earn Credit, then scroll down to find your school. You can search for your school and see which colleges accept credits from study.com. You can, of course, also check with the college directly. So that's everything I wanted to show you about how you can use study.com as your online homeschooling program for high school. Don't forget, if you do decide to check out this program, use the link I've shared in the description so you can save 30% off your first 3 months. If you have any questions about this program or just any general questions about homeschooling, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.